Welcome to your yoga practice. We're going to start with the feet apart with a little sway in the body. And then bringing the arms down by the sides, we'll inhale to reach the arms up overhead, big stretch through the entire body. And then with a bend in the knees, drape your torso over the thighs to roll up through the spine. We're going to do that a couple of times. So as you inhale, sweep the arms up, and then fluid through the back, roll over the thighs, drop the head, and round the spine up vertebrae by vertebrae. One more time like it. Big inhale, sweep the arms up. Let it feel good through the back as you start to dive down. Rounding down each vertebrae, vertebrae, vertebrae. This time you're going to walk the hands to the top of your mat for a downward facing dog and pike the hips up high, press the heels down. You can start to lift up onto the balls of the feet and push the heels down. A few rounds of that to loosen up the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, the calves. Make sure that your hands are grounded so they're firmly pressing into the floor, bringing stability through the arms. And now we're going to roll into a plank. So same idea, bone by bone, roll out to a high plank or top of a push-up to drop the knees down. We'll walk the hands back a little bit for a tabletop so we can do our cat-cow. On your exhale, you'll round the spine. Push away from the floor, and as you inhale, drop the rib cage, lift the chin, lift the tail, and then tuck the tailbone and round the back again. Keep breathing the spine into different movements. Every time you exhale, rounding the back. Every time you inhale, arching the spine. Beautiful. And then we're going to move the left hand to the center. Reach the right arm up for a big open wingspan so you can thread the needle. That right shoulder is going to drop to the floor. Right ear drops to the floor. And you can keep the left hand by the face if it feels comfortable to support your stability, or you can slide it forward and take extension from left fingers to left hip bone. Breathe deep through the nose here, still bringing that expansion to the belly as you breathe in. We'll come back to tabletop to trade sides. Now the left hand reaches up. And we'll thread it through as you slide the back of the left arm to the floor. Make sure that left shoulder and ear come to the ground too. And you can again keep the right hand by the face to support your balance, or you can slide the right arm forward, finding extension through the right rib cage, through the right arm, and that right palm will still press into the floor. From there, you'll bring the right hand by the face if it's not already. Come back to a tabletop so that we can walk the hands forward into a downward facing dog. Oh no, never mind. We're rolling forward, psych. And we're going to start to do a few cobra rolls through the spine. Sorry if I threw you off there, but you'll end up on the belly and we're going to roll up through the vertebrae. Lots of fluidity through the back in this flow. Start to roll the chest back down to the ground, and now you're going to press into the fingerprints, loop the shoulders back as you lift into a cobra, lift the chin at the top, and then begin to bring it back down. Good. Now we're going to press into the palms and lift the hips up and back, and we'll come through a child's pose to enter down dog just so you can stretch the back for a moment. Stretching the back even more, come into a forward fold and halfway lift your spine, forward fold again. Inhale to reach the arms up, moving into a few rounds of sun salutation. You'll exhale to thumbs, heart center position. Inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, forward fold over the legs. Beautiful. Inhale to halfway lift. And as you exhale, step the feet back to a plank pose. Lower down for chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale to an up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog, pushing the heels down low. Now we're going to inhale a few breaths here, expanding the belly, and exhaling to draw the navel into the spinal cord. Bend the knees and look forward to step or hop to the top of your mat. Now on your inhale, rise up to stand, reach the arms up and look up. As you exhale, thumbs to heart center or arms down by the sides. Inhale, reach the arms up, stretch the ribs, and as you exhale, fold over the legs. Now inhale, halfway lift, long neck, and exhale, hop or step the feet to plank to lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. As you exhale, pike the hips, downward facing dog, and this time we're going to take 3 deep breaths through the nose. Beautiful. Inhale to bend the knees, look forward, and then step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, reach the arms up, look up. And then exhale, thumbs to heart center or arms down by the sides. One final time through, inhale, chair pose, this time adding on a few motions as we go. Squeeze the knees together as you take your chair. Another deep inhale through the nose. Stay with the exhale. Good. Breathe in. Deep inhale. You got it. And exhale, forward fold. Nice work. On your inhale, halfway lift, we're going to come back to that chaturanga, so you can step or hop the feet to a plank pose and bend the elbows, and then take a back bend as you breathe in. Breathe out as you pike your hips to down dog, this time lifting the right leg with an inhale. We'll tap right knee to right elbow with the exhale, working the core. As you inhale, stretch the leg back, and as you exhale, tap the left elbow. Good. Inhale, stretch it back. And then exhale, knee to chest to step it through. We're going to rise up to warrior one. So as you ground the left heel, reach the arms up, biceps by the ears. Deep bend in that right knee so it stacks over the right ankle. And now interlace the hands behind the back. We're going to stretch the chest as you push the knuckles towards your left heel, lift the chin, and then on a breath out, bow forward inside of the right thigh. Your chest might make it all the way down inside of that knee, or you might move in that direction, but do press the left heel down and pull the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Inhale to reach the arms back up to warrior one, and then we're going to transition to warrior two, moving your left foot parallel to the back edge of your mat, front foot parallel to the long edge of your mat. Find a sharp focus over the front hand, and then as you inhale, straighten the right leg, lift the arms. As you exhale, bend the front knee and come back to warrior two. Inhale to stretch up and lengthen, and then exhale, bend the front knee, strong legs. Inhale, rise. Warrior two, exhale. Again, inhale, stretch up, maybe look up. Exhale, warrior two. This time, reverse the warrior with the back hand sliding down the back leg. And we're going to cartwheel into a side plank with the left hand on the floor. So you'll move through a lunge into a side plank, or if you want to up level it, you're going to set the right foot down behind the left calf and arch the back. Big stretch of the chest and the belly as you take wild thing. You can also be in your side plank here. One more inhale. And then we'll move back into a high plank, potentially hovering the right foot as you bend the elbows to lower. Inhale to an up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Moving into the other side, inhale the left leg high, bend the knee and tap left elbow. Strong in the core. Inhale, send it up. And then as you exhale, crunch, left knee to right elbow. Inhale to send it back, look at your right toes, and then exhale, step the foot between the palms and rise up to warrior one. Push firmly into the back heel as you interlace the hands behind the back. Switch which pinky is on top. So you're going to take the awkward interlace as you pull the knuckles down, and then bow forward inside of that left thigh. Knuckles reach up towards the ceiling as you bow forward, surrendering the weight of the head towards the floor, stabilizing your body with the right heel pushing down. Inhale, rise up to warrior one, and now adjust your back foot for warrior two. As you push the feet down firmly, find a sharp focus over the left hand with your eyes. You can even close the eyes and focus down towards the tip of the nose behind closed eyelids. Now straighten the left leg and reach the arms up. As you exhale, go back to warrior two and shift the eyes over the left hand. Inhale, rise up. As you exhale, warrior two. Strong leg, strong footing as you inhale, reach the arms up and straighten the left leg. And as you exhale, bend for warrior two. Again, inhale, straighten and lengthen. Exhale, bend, warrior two. This time for your reverse, right hand slides down the back leg as the left arm arcs overhead. And then we'll cartwheel the hands down into that side plank position. You've got a very strong push of the right hand against the floor, or your wild thing. So if you're taking wild thing, you're reaching that left hand as if you could touch the floor, and maybe someday you do, maybe today you do. Try to push down through the feet, and then we'll move back into that plank for our final chaturanga. Maybe it's a single-legged version. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, pike the hips. down dog. Push the heels down firm. Good. Now round forward into plank pose to lower down to the belly. Nope, I'm so sorry. We're gonna take a few rounds of mountain climbers. If you're down on the belly, come back up and start to take slow mountain climbers. You can crisscross the knees or you can take them to the center. Now we're gonna do a few rounds of quick mountain climbers. We're gonna do 20 total. So stepping back, this time begin to march the knees forward, 20 total. Keep up the pace, keep the core engaged, navel in towards the spine. Looking down between the index fingers will help to keep the back of the neck long, and when you finish those 20, you're gonna lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes, coming into a few rounds of a back strengthening exercise. We'll take Locust Pose. Tops of the feet are on the ground as you interlace your hands. Behind the back, start to pull the knuckles towards the heels as you lift the chest and maybe lift the legs. If you're lifting the legs, keep the feet hip distance apart. Try straightening the knees as much as you can so you have a deep, deep engagement of the quads and the calves. One more inhale. And then exhale, lower it down. Nice work. Make a pillow with your palms for the forehead, and then you can tick-tock the knees or the heels side to side here a few rounds. Sweet. And then we will enter one more round of that Locust Pose, interlacing the hands behind the back. Option to go deeper this time. You're going to pull the knuckles to the heels, lift the feet, and maybe bend the knees. If you're bending the knees, grab the ankles and start to kick the feet into the hands. Now that's the key to this, is to kick the feet back into the palms to create leverage to lift the chest higher, lift the knees higher. Try to draw your shoulder blades together on the back and breathe. Deep inhales. Slow exhale to lower out. Excellent work, you guys. Now this time when you lower, you're going to place the palms under the shoulders and press yourself back to a child's pose so that you can rest a couple moments there, stretching out the back side of the body, stretching the low back, letting the forehead rest heavy on the ground. Good. And then thread the right arm underneath the left armpit. Let the right shoulder rest on the floor, forehead on the floor, just like we did earlier, only this time the hips are sitting on the heels. Deep breaths through the nose, expanding the back side of the body as you do. Now unthread that side so that we can trade. You're going to slide left arm underneath the bridge of the right arm. Rest the head heavy on the ground. Rest the hips heavy on the heels. Keep the breath very deep to find that expansion in the back side of the body. Keep the exhales long to bring a calming effect to your entire system. Good. Now both palms are going to come forward again so that you can slowly transition onto the back. Move through a tabletop position and be very thoughtful in your transition as you come down onto the back for a final back bend before we take our Shavasana pose. You can take bridge pose here if you want to bend the knees and walk the heels in close to the glutes. Palms will be down by the sides as you lift up. Option in your bridge if you'd like to interlace the fingers below the sacrum and press the pinky side of the hands down into the floor. If you're taking that variation, make sure the fleshy side or the wrists stay on the floor. But if you want to up level that option, you're going to bring the palms down by the ears and press up into your wheel pose. Now, if you're taking wheel pose, try to keep the feet hip distance apart and think of what it would take to straighten the legs. It doesn't have to happen today, but think, what would it take to straighten my legs as I push the feet down and drop the chin back? Whenever you're ready to exit your wheel, you're going to move very thoughtfully again back down to the floor. Vertebrae, vertebrae, vertebrae will touch the ground as you come down. And then you're going to swish the knees side to side to find a gentle rotation through the low back and the hips. Keep it slow and let it feel really good in the hips and the back. Try to keep the heels on the floor for this the whole time and find a gentle pressure down through the heels so it's like a massage on not only the glutes but the heel bones as well. When we enter our Shavasana, I'm going to invite you to keep the arms up overhead. So if you want to scoot your body down a little bit to find that full extension through the arms and legs, go ahead and move in a way that feels good to find a full, long stretch through the body. We'll rest here for a couple of moments before ending our practice together. So if you want to take traditional Shavasana, you can bring the arms down by the sides and take a few deep breaths through your nose. If you want to end this practice in Shavasana, you're welcome to stay, but if you need to move up and on into the rest of your day, go ahead and move into a seated position. Take a cross-legged seat and rest the arms down, palms on the thighs. Take a final breath together with a deep inhale, reach your arms up. With an exhale, draw the thumbs down. It was my honor to guide you through this practice. I appreciate your time and I appreciate you for showing up. I hope that you will enjoy the rest of your day and join me again next time.